Uzbekistan today. My name is RameenJavid from the American Institute. We are doing this Uzbekistan today just to give an idea about doing business in Uzbekistan. Most of our work is about investment and doing business. Some would be about living in Uzbekistan and what it's like to live in Uzbekistan. So this is the platform. This is how you would get an idea about investment in living in Uzbekistan. And today we have a special guest in the business area. So I would like you to, Tarik, introduce yourself a little bit and tell us something about yourself.
Hello, Mr. Ramin. Thank you for having me initially. I am Mehmet Tarik Uyanik. I am doing business in Uzbekistan for 2 years. Actually, I was in corporate world. Now I decided to set up my own business in Uzbekistan after living apart for some time. I am basically a steel contractor.
Okay.
Sorry. And I saw the growing market of steel industry, and I would like to be great part of this industry in Uzbekistan to grow together.
Oh, that's very interesting. So you're particularly now steel industry has to do mostly with the construction.
Sure.
So that's what you're interested in. Now, do you have any specialty in steel and in metallurgy, anything like that?
Sure. I am civil and welding engineer. I have two individual diplomas. Initially, I completed my civil engineering education. Then this steel industry fascinated me. I started my career in Africa in power plant business, and this infrastructural stuff fascinated me, actually, amazed me, because nobody see it and everybody use it even without realizing it. You don't even see what's happening in the background, but when you have a power cut, then you know. And
yes.
Sudan had big difficulty in that. Then I changed my mindset in engineering. It was okay, I'm engineer, I will do these specific tasks. Then I had a transition of mindset, what problems can I solve for making people's lives or business owners' life better, because problem solving is everything. Once you learn this ability, you can do everything in everywhere. This is what I think.
Wow, it's very interesting for you to say you changed your mind, because a lot of people want the environment to change, but if you change yourself, it's much easier to see something in a different way. So it's interesting. So tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. Most people, as I saw, want to change the entire environment, even before looking at themselves. But it shall start with oneself.
Yes.
And once you reach some influence on the people, then you can maybe
change the environment.
Yeah, change the environment. But initially, you shall start with yourself. There is no other way around it.
So basically, this is what you're saying is adapt to the environment first, and then change the environment from within.
Sure, if possible, let's say.
Oh, if possible, of course. And it's much better to change one person than to the whole environment.
Sure, and once you change yourself, at least you can save yourself. But it is going from point A to B, then B to C. If you try to go from point A to C, it's impossible. You just get frustrated, nothing else would happen.
This is true. Now, speaking of adapting to the environment, I know there are cultural nuances. You come in, well, first of all, you're Turkish.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you come to Uzbekistan, and of course you were in Sudan, which is Africa. and then you are here. Now, how important is these cultural nuances in the work that you're doing?
Actually, Uzbekistan is a special place in this regard because sure, like in every country, they should see you. They want to see you face to face. Like even everything is online today. Everything is accessible online today. We have like special softwares like where we can make video calls, video conferences. These are like huge advantages compared to before. But even now, people like still go to expos and they like advertise their businesses, their products, their services, let's say. And Uzbekistan has more of it. Like everybody would like to see you, would like to like feel your presence in your business. This is what I witnessed actually. You should touch people more than even other countries.
On a personal level, more personal level,
Sure,
by
sure.
presence and all of that. Okay, so that basically, now, that leads me to the question, although you mentioned a little bit, what brought you to Uzbekistan? What are some of the opportunities that you see in Uzbekistan?
First time or second time?
Well, tell us a little bit about both.
Like first time was for short-term project.
Okay.
Actually, my plans were very different. Then I got an invitation, I got an offer. Like people said, we need you in this kind of project. I came because I wanted to see Uzbekistan and really I underestimated it a lot. Once I came to Tashkent, like I loved it actually. It is not I liked it. And as a Turkish, I have a bit more advantage than like other countries' expats. I adapted into culture and language even quicker. And Uzbek people are like so friendly. I appreciate this a lot. Like once you come here, you feel safe and like you can communicate with people. They are so friendly. You don't feel any bad environment around you and it feels like home. And like even overlooking all the other possible negative like stuff, you feel like I can do something here because life is not all about work. We are living in some environment and once you live in like safe and friendly environment, it like contributes a lot.
Yes, that's very important. I think one of the things that I would like to talk to you about a little bit later, but how would you, now you were full of praises about Uzbekistan, how good it is here.
Yeah.
Now, what are like a couple of things that you would recommend about Uzbekistan, both for living here and both as an opportunity?
Sure. Like Uzbekistan makes a lot of industrial investments.
Okay.
Like as a government, they aim to develop the industry so fast instead of like importing everything.
Right.
There is like a big move to manufacture. All the stuff can be manufactured here, and they support also the manufacturers by like implementing like duty tariffs for like imported goods. Yes, and like my main area is steel construction, and it like includes like design, fabrication, and erection. There are some missing parts here that we need to import, and it makes challenges. For example, like for welding, filler metal is the most important thing. Like without it, you cannot even weld anything. But like quality workmanship is here, and there are many people who are like eagerly willing to learn how to work like fast. And even in Turkey, we don't have such advantage because there may be some like skilled workers, but they are like reluctant to commit to some business. In Uzbekistan, I never faced this situation. Like we made too much projects here. I completed like more than 10,000 of steel fabrication and assembly with my teams, and there was no big difficulty in like, are they skilled enough or not? It didn't even like cross my mind anytime. So I mean, sectors, for example, like detergent factories, I've seen a lot of them are built and they are working smoothly. There is no issue. And like pipe manufacturers and all the shareholders of industrial sectors, they are doing very well, because really there are like much investments, like World Bank credits, European Bank credits, like all these are all around. And the best part is it also increases the quality level of the work. It also like gradually increases right now in Uzbekistan, and I am so glad to see that, because like quality comes with a cost, and once people appreciate the value of the quality, this is very well for like brand mark of the country's products as well. Like people should say, if this is manufactured in Uzbekistan, I can like trust this product, there is no issue, like Japanese and German products, let's say.
So you are suggesting that some of the sectors would be anything in the production, in the manufacturing, and be it steel, be it whatever. So if it's manufactured here, that'll be okay, good. Now, you mentioned about the government is supporting and all of that. So what are do you know of any support for the foreigners that the government is offering?
Sure, I know it from my area. If you are manufacturer, if you are willing to manufacture some stuff, government gives you like some business pattern, and if you guarantee to employ like some amount of people every year, like for first year it is around 50, for second year it's around 200.
Okay.
Like if you are willing to grow your business like exponentially, if you trust, like believe in yourself and trust your business that much, the government gives you workshop with cranes, and these are like huge opportunities that you cannot find.
Space, you mean?
Yeah, working space.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Because like basically government wants local people to be employed. This is so like natural. And also like they can give you some tax advantages,
right?
Like what else can be given? Like the rest is on investors.
Okay, so you bring your own money, they'll give you space, and they'll give you some tax incentives.
Yeah, like, and this money is not huge amount, because like in initial investment phase you need some space and you pay like huge amounts for this, and this is like given for free. And as you grow, like government supports you in regard of like taxes, and like that should be all. The burden on investors is only finding a good business idea that will make money. That's it.
In terms of infrastructure, in communication, in banking, and all of that, how do you find Uzbekistan?
Like infrastructure has a lot of room to improve, actually.
Okay.
Because Uzbekistan has like gas, but distribution of the gas, especially in these winter months, is so challenging. Like Tashkent is okay, like you feel no big difficulty in Tashkent, but other rural areas needs infrastructural investments. But the good part is like government is working on this, and also supports these kind of investments, and there are much government projects as well.
Okay.
And like you can see pipelines like above ground, and these are also like dangerous for the environment and also the people as well. Like putting all these pipes underground, even this is big project because amount is huge, but it will go better every year. It seems like this because we see all these projects, we see the intention.
Okay. Now, I would like to now, as a person living here, talk about safety and how much is the cost of living for a lot of our people who are watching. There'll be something that they would want to bring their families or they themselves. How much it costs, and is it safe here? Could you talk about that, please?
Like living in Uzbekistan is fun, except it is landlocked country and
Double landlocked.
Yeah.
Two countries in between
Yes.
the sea. Yeah.
Yes. Like it's very
It's one of the two countries, I think, that only two countries in the world are double landlocked. That you have to go through two countries to get to the sea.
What was the other one? Which one?
I've forgotten. It's Swiss or something. I've forgotten it.
Yeah, like people can bring their families here without worrying about safety. Like it is no matter if it's like 2 a.m. or like any time you can go outside. Like and air is cleaner than Istanbul and Ankara. This is my opinion. Like some people are complaining it is like worse than before, but I don't know how was it like before.
They have not been to bad, environmentally polluted places. That's why.
Yeah. And it looks so green as a foreigner. Like when you go to Istanbul, Ankara, you see no trees basically. But in every street, it is like big or small, like organized or like just like randomly placed. You see trees all around.
Yes.
And it feels so nice. And most of the places in Tashkent are like so good for just taking a walk. It just relaxes your mind, and weather is not so like tough. In summer, it is not like
unbearably hot.
Yeah.
Yes, it's dry heat.
Sure.
It needs some getting used to because it's dry heat. Just drink, plenty of water. In the winter, it doesn't become that cold that you would be. Like last year was a little bit cold in terms of winter.
Yeah.
But generally speaking,
it was
it has
exceptional.
4 seasons. 4 seasons and all this. And as safety, you said it's safe. So let's talk about cost of living. Now, if you're not extravagant and you're not spending, like whatever, like in your opinion, how much is like a 1 bedroom, which is 2 room, one sleeping room and 1 living room, something like that, in a good part of town? It doesn't have to be extremely center. It doesn't have to be like extravagant, average, normal. If you say in US dollars, how much would that cost between?
Like between $450, like reaching up to let's say $800. I mean about like normal places, like not bad, not so extremely luxury. These are monthly cost of normal apartments. Like there is a culture here about like refurnishing the old apartments. You may see an old apartment, but inside is like so well.
Yes.
And like apart from that, food is not so expensive.
So let's just say that if for just one person, so about, let's just say 500 to 800, you find something decent as an apartment.
Yeah.
Maybe another 100 for utilities and things like that.
Sure.
All of this, everything is cheap.
Sure.
So it's not that expensive. So utilities would include gas, electricity, internet, and whatnot.
Yeah,
and
maybe
then your own
$50,
mobile.
not
like
even
I
$100.
pay $5 to $7, $5 I think per month for my phone service, and I get like 5 to 7 GB per month, which is very cheap.
Yeah.
Taxis, in a couple of dollars, you could go from this side to that side
Yeah.
if you want taxi. And if you have public transportation, basically that's like 10 cents to 15 cents.
Yeah.
You could go one way. In Tashkent city is, in the other cities also, they have public transportation.
Sure.
Now, in terms of food, let's just say that you like to go out. We're not talking about extravagant. Let's just
Sure.
say we go out, eat inside, and maybe spend a little bit outside. What would be like the budget, you think?
Between, let's say, like $300-400 maximum
Okay.
per month
Okay.
for like one person, and it doesn't vary a lot if you come with your wife, and like for two person it will not vary much. So let's say like around 1,000 and like $1,500 you can live decently. Like
Yeah, very nicely. Yes, definitely. I would say even less, but yeah, 1,000 to 1,200, 1,500. If you live 1,500, I think with 1,500, I think you're living very good life.
sure.
You know, which like I'm from New York City. For 1,500, you just maybe find an okay apartment. You know, so here, yeah, so it's a lot different.
One room or apartment?
Yeah, one room apartment you could say for 1,500, and that's when you're lucky
Yeah.
to get something like that. So yeah, we have to share it. But yeah, so that's the thing. And the reason why a lot of these things have become a little bit more expensive in the past 2 years because of the Russian war with Ukraine and all of that. So that's why the price went up. Otherwise, the prices were a little bit lower than this, another couple of hundred lower.
Sure. Like it is, in this regard, it is as well, like it makes it advantageous to live here. And there are not like many places like this you can find comfortably.
That's right. That's right. And it has its basic infrastructure. It has everything. Electricity is most of the time it's on.
Yeah.
So it's not a big problem. So okay, overall, now as someone who is, you said you basically want to start doing business. You have not done business. So as a foreigner, after all of this, is there anything else that you would recommend for people to know before they come here? What should they know, in your opinion, in terms of investment and basically starting their own business?
Like as we mentioned initially, like instead of thinking about I am in this business, I will do that business, focusing on people's problems, like what problems can I solve, what problems can I attack, and because it makes money, like basically thinking when we have any issue in our like utility, we call some plumber and this solves our issue. Like we should approach this like this, instead of obsessing into one idea which may be like settled here already, like it doesn't worth any money anymore. Like observing a real issue and contribute it like with a good solution.
Okay.
It will like grant them money, and approaching people with good intention and having good communication ability is also so vital here, especially, let's say.
Okay. Now, we do one of the things about starting business. I started my business in 2 hours. So, getting the license for it and all of that. So it's easy to do business. NGOs are a little bit difficult. Businesses are a little bit faster that you could, and there's plenty of infrastructure for this. In terms of anything else that, one of the things you say, some of the challenges, we are actually dealing with a lot of people who are experts, and people could contact us and we'll recommend them the right places. There are other, let's just say, consulting firms that can take in people and just make that localization a little bit more easy. So there are those services as well. Now, is there, we will definitely put your contacts and all of that, and anybody who contact you, they could go through us and we will put that as well. Now, is there anything else that you want to include before we conclude this interview?
Like, this is a growing country, There are many opportunities, like people can observe something like present in their country and like not existing here. Even they can come with that kind of solutions and ideas. This is advantages, and it seems that Uzbekistan will continue growing like in next, let's say 10, 20 years. It is looking, it looks like this. And if they consider doing something here, if they're okay with living in this beautiful country, it will pay off. This is what I saw from many people. And there is nothing, I think, should hold them back from doing it.
All right. Well, Tarik, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure for me.
And I hope that our audience have learned something, and we'll be with you next time. Thank you for your time.